Good morning. We'll be having basic science for JSS 1 today. Basic science for JSS 1, and the topic energy and power. Energy and power. Our objectives: we are going to explain energy, analyze difference between energy and power, and lastly list 4 types of energy. Let's quickly look at the word energy. The definition of energy as the ability to do work has been the most commonest definition we have, but the explanation is far beyond just the definition. Energy is the ability to do work. For a body to do work, energy has to be transferred to it. That is, for you to say you have worked, there must be transfer of energy. There must be transfer of energy before you can say you've worked. The amount of work that can be done by a body is closely related to the energy that is transferred to it by a force. If you have a sport vehicle that needs to be pushed before it can start moving, if you are to stand there and keep pushing, you are applying energy already. If you keep pushing and pushing, if the vehicle does not move, you've not worked. Though you've applied energy, but you can't say you have worked, because for work and energy to correspond, there must be motion, there must be movement, meaning that the sport vehicle now must have moved from one point to another. That is when you can say that energy has been transferred to it and also work has been done. So that is why the second paragraph says the amount of work that can be done by a body is closely related to the energy that is transferred to it by a force. So energy, power, work, they are related terms. So let's quickly look at the difference between energy and power. Now, energy is the ability to do work. I said for a body to do work, energy has to be transferred to it. Energy also exists in different forms. We'll come back to that. Now, let's quickly look at the word power. Power is the rate at which energy is used up, or rate of doing work. I think over time, people tend to take energy for power and take power for energy. Though these two terms, they are related, but they do not really mean the same thing. While energy is the ability to do work, power is the rate at which energy is used up. Like I said, in the case of sport vehicle, if you keep pushing until the vehicle moves, that is when you can say work has been done. In the case of power now, the energy you're transferring into that vehicle that you're using to push it and it is moving. When that vehicle moves from one point to another, the distance that has been covered, if it is measured, that is what will take power to be. And when you keep pushing and pushing, it will get to a point maybe you won't have the strength to keep pushing again. That is when we can say that power is the rate at which energy is used up. Power is the rate at which energy is used up. That is when you can no longer go further, and also the point that has been covered can also be measured. Another example here says if a boy and a girl in your class move the same book from one point to another, then the two of them have done the same work. However, if the girl moves the book faster than the boy, then the girl is said to have used more power than the boy. If you are to have people in your class and they are to move, let's even say a table from one point to another, the both of them are actually applying energy because there is movement. Now, for us to know who has done better work, who has done much work than the other, there must be measurement of how many distance has been covered. If the boy is able to move the table in from 1 second to 10 seconds, and the girl is able to move the table from 1 second to 5 seconds, you would accept with me that the girl have worked faster than the boy. That is it. That's just the difference between energy and power. In the case of power, in the case of energy, you're transferring something, you're transferring energy to it before any object can move. And in the case of power, you're measuring how far you've used your energy. That's just the difference between them. Let's look at the types of energy that we have. Energy exists in different forms. We have the mechanical energy. Then under the mechanical energy, that is why we have the kinetic energy and potential energy. So kinetic and potential energy are not on their own. They are classified under mechanical energy. Aside that, we also have the magnetic energy, electric energy, sound energy, even chemical energy, the one that help convert our food into energy. So that is just it. I want us to still know the meaning of potential energy and kinetic energy. Now, potential energy is the energy a body possesses because of its position. A lot of objects possesses potential energy. Reason is because any object that is stagnant, that does not move from one point to another, is said to have potential energy. A mango on the tree is having a potential energy. A vehicle at a spot, a human being standing at a spot, stagnant waters, all this has potential energy. That is why we said it is energy possessed by a body because of its position. And in the case of kinetic energy, it is the energy a body possesses because of its motion. Once it is moving, once an object is moving, it is said to have kinetic energy. Like in the case of mango that I said just now, a mango on the tree, in as much as it is there, it is potential energy. But the moment you hit it with a stick or a stone and it is falling from the tree downward, it is now possessing kinetic energy because the mango now is in motion. But at the initial stage, it was in position. So when it is in position, that is potential, and now when it is in motion, that is kinetic energy. So there are diverse examples that you can cite to know the difference between potential energy and kinetic energy. I want us to also, let's say, a catapult and a stone. A catapult that is being stretched, the catapult itself now is having kinetic energy, and the stone inside of it is possessing potential energy because the stone is not moving until it is being flung. So that's the difference between these two. And in summary and conclusion, do not confuse energy for power and do not take power for energy. These two terms, they work hand in hand, but they are not the same. Energy is the ability to do work. Power is the rate at which energy has been used up. And before you can say you've worked, there must be transfer of energy and there must be movement. Thank you. Your assignment. Describe the energy transfer when a hammer is used to fasten a nail into wood. If I should have a wood, I have a nail and I have a hammer. Once I'm hitting the hammer on the nail, I'm driving it inside the wood. Tell me what type of energy it possesses. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you again. Come with your assignment. I want to see your response. Thank you. See you some other time. Bye.